Hey there, Courtney. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through three things that you can do or have me do that can help to improve your online presence and just getting people to notice you a lot more. And the reason why I'm doing this is because business owners are like way too busy running their business, and to do that and then also have to worry about their marketing and what goes into this, it's a lot of work and it's very overwhelming. So I just want to do everything that I can to be able to help out where I can. And that's why I wanted to put together this video just to help out. If you like what you see and hear, then you already know what to do. Just reach out to me and we can talk more. So in this video, the three things that I'm going to cover are content, citations, and backlinks. And first thing, we're just gonna hop right on in. So first thing I'd like for us to go over is First thing I like to go over, excuse me, is your website's content. Okay, and with the content on a website, you just want to make sure that we have enough words on it. And I know that sounds like really simple, but to explain it, when people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's not enough information on there, Google's going to be not going to be sure about what you do, and they're going to end up showing they're going to end up showing someone else's website. So right now, your site is looking at about 256 words at the moment. And what I mean by content is everything that you see highlighted. Images, icons, logos, all of those things. This is what Google scans from top to bottom on when they go scanning your site. And you just want to make sure that you have the appropriate keywords, which are just words or phrases that people search up each month just to help resolve their issues or concerns. You can miss out on a lot of potential buyers by not having these keywords and by not having them properly placed. Just to give you an idea, so how to actually know if your photos or images are properly labeled, you just go and you save image as, and then right here you want to make sure these are what you want to make sure are uploaded correct with the correct keywords for. Okay, so that's just one example. And I did pull up a couple of some competitors just to help compare and give you a better idea. So this is one of your competitors, NABIP. These guys have about 1,400 words, a little over 1,400 words on their homepage. And then we have Better Medicare, and these guys are looking at closer to 2,000. And just to give you an idea of how much content to have, the sweet spot with Google and what research studies have shown is that they prefer at least 1,500 words on your homepage. Now, in order to try to dominate your competitor, you want to have more words than them on your website. So at least 200 words or more than they do on their website. So going back to your website right here. So just wanted to check. So just gonna right. And then this one also doesn't have an example of like a proper keyword to have. So what I want to do is I'm heading over here. This is Ahrefs. This is a tool that essentially gives me behind the scenes details on things that Google looks at when it just comes to ranking a site. I came over here just for a couple of things, and one of them being your keywords. You're currently not ranking for any keywords at the moment, so because of that, it's not really bringing in any organic traffic to your site. If you're not familiar with what like organic traffic is, then I will explain it very shortly. So we are going to take a look at two of your competitors, and let's just take a stay there. And this is Better Medicare Alliance. These guys are sitting at about 579 keywords, and that's bringing them in a traffic of 1,500, and this is per month, by the way. And just going to take a look at what some of those keywords are, just at a glance. So these are examples of words that people search in, exact phrase, how they search it up each month. And I'm going to give you I'm going to give you an example of a good type of keyword. Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans. Okay, this is One, if you do this, let's take a look at your competitor. So NABIP, they have a total of 344 keywords, and that is bringing them in a little over 2,000 people a month. So let's look at theirs. All right, from the top. So just to give you somewhere to, you keywords with your business name, they are good for branding, but you don't want to heavily rely on them because not everybody knows your business name. So you want to be able to use general keywords that people typically look up. So let's just, for example, I'm just going to look for an example to use. All right. So let's just look for an example. Okay, perfect. This is a perfect example for a keyword for you to use. And a good example of a keyword is basically just something that you do. It's something that you do, and because you're a national, it would just be basically just something that you do. And what I mean by that is, so I'm just going to take this keyword and place it into Google. See this up here, group insurance plan, and then we're just going to go over, you can say it like that, and we're just going to go over this page because, so for national keywords, you don't really need a location because you're going up against the United States, so you don't really need keywords. I'll give you an example of a local keyword for you right after I go through this. So what we're going to do is, first I like to go over ads, and ads can be like really, really helpful, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, which is your website, isn't dialed in. So we want to make sure your foundation is good before throwing money at ads, if that's something you want, if that's an area you want to do. Now, another thing to keep in mind of our ad blockers that people have. So there are many people who won't even see any of these. So that's another reason why not to completely rely on that. So going into, this is the organic section right down here. You know how we looked up over here, just for an example, like this organic traffic right here. So this keyword is this is what this means, right? So this is the organic section, and this is where this is basically going into the second thing I want to talk about, and that is getting listed in other places. And the thing with this is that you want to be in the top 3 results, and the reason why is because that's where people click. You know, the higher you are, the more clicks you get, and in order to get there, you need to basically have a bunch of you need to be listed on a bunch of you need to have a bunch of websites linking back to you guys. So basically, because what that does is basically showing you as the authority, right? So it allows you to become the authority, and Google sees that, and then they start to give you a bump up, because Google, what that authority does, it just shows that it's basically just someone who just knows their stuff, right? And examples of this is, if a local news site or a community blog mentions your business and links to your website, that's them basically giving you a baton and saying, hey, I like these guys, they know their stuff, I really, really recommend them. Google sees that, and they will start to give you a boost, right? But not all links are created equal, you know, because you're in health insurance, you know, you're in the healthcare industry, you want to get, you know, backlinks from things related to health insurance, you know, like best insurance agents out there, right? You know, that's a lot more effective to have linking to you than, say, for instance, something like a Pizza Hut, because you don't sell pizza, right? So not all of them are created equal. It's basically quality over quantity, and that's kind of how the backlinks work. And last thing I'd like to go over with you, actually, first, I do want to take a look at, let's take a look at your backlinks, right? So your backlinks, this is, you're having 6 backlinks at the moment, and then going to Better Medicare, these guys are looking at a little under 6,000. Okay, and then we're just going to take a look at what these guys got. right? And then these guys are sitting at about a little over 1 million. And I know that's a lot. I know that's like a really big number, but I don't want you to feel intimidated by that. It's just that because you are going national, you're going against the entire United States. So it's a very very competitive field, and you're going against those are big names, right? But that doesn't mean you can't get yourself, on the first page. That doesn't mean you can't get up there. That doesn't mean you can't do anything, right? So I just wanted to show you, like, don't feel intimidated by that, right? And again, it's quality over quantity, and how to actually, like, well, say for instance, you wanted to go like after these, right? What's the best course of action? And with tools like Ahrefs, we can actually see which backlinks are pointing to your competitors, and then we go get those exact same backlinks for you. Right, and then the last thing I like to go over is citations, which is basically just getting listed in a lot of places, and this goes into the local. So Google Business Profiles are very very beneficial for local businesses. Lots of national businesses have them too. So it is something that's really good to have, and I just put in your city, state to give you an example of what it's like in your area. So it is a lot easier to rank in your. It's a lot easier and quicker to rank in your hometown area because the competition pool is a lot smaller. So going over here, this right here is the map pack. This is basically where your business's name, address, and phone number are listed. This is what Google looks at when it comes to basically just to give relevance to your business and to show who's more consistent. And the thing is, the higher you are, the more clicks you get, and you want to be in the top 3 results again, because that's where people click. And in order to get there, you want to list your business name, address, and phone number. You want to list it across hundreds of directories, okay? So places like BBB, Yelp, City Star, even Facebook, and many, many more. And the goal is you want to have more than your competitor. And the reason why is because the more that you have, the more that Google trusts you, and they see that, okay, I see you. So they start to then bump you up because of that. And with tools, there are tools out there that allow us to see what citations your competitors are listed on, and then we go get those exact same citations for your business. But we don't want to just stop there, right? Because we don't want to match them. We want to dominate them. So we want to get what they got, then add like 50 to 100 more, because we want them to take a long time to have to catch back up. So that's kind of how that works. And let's see, that's actually the end of this video. So just to recap, we went over content. We want to get at least 1,500 words on your homepage. This makes it easy for Google and people to find your business. Citations, we want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed on 200 to 300 sites. This beats out your competition by a long shot. And backlinks, we want to get other relevant sites to link back to you guys, to just so Google can see that you're the authority in that niche, right? We do these 3 things, and we're going to be way ahead of like competition, like most of the competition. So with this information, I know we spoke about this, you can go with this, you could go do this yourself, which you told me before you don't want to do that, so that's fine. Just text me, send me a message, and we can discuss the next steps. Regardless of what you decide to do, I'd love to hear some feedback on what you thought of it. Again, my phone number is 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this really helped you. Have a nice day. Bye.